What up? It's your boy Dewey Cox, and I'm locked in with Keys.
What's happening? It's your guy J Keys. Welcome back again. Once again, we locked in with Keys. Guess what? We was in the pit. Fortunately, we moving on up. Hey. So guess what? Season 3, locked in with Keys. We done moved in to Modern Works. Welcome to WMK. We done partnered up, and so this is what we doing. You feel me? So as you guys know, I always keep a special guest in the building, no matter what. This is the place to get to know your favorite, whatever, your favorite artists, your favorite comedians, your favorite videographers, directors, all that good stuff like that, man. We're exploring the other side of all your favorite entrepreneurs and business folk, you know what I mean, and entertainers. So I got a special one. I got a whole different special one today. This is a jack of all trades and a master of a few of them. You feel me? So once again, we're going to put it all in, but everybody in the building, go ahead and give it up for Dewey Cox in the building. He in the building. Hey, you feel me? This is what we do.
Intro,
you know
man. You know.
Hey, it's well deserved, my guy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. It feels good to be hyped up like that.
Come on, man. You're doing good things. Matter of fact, you're doing great things. I love what you got going. So we're gonna talk about everything. Let's start at the basis though. Like, how's Dewey doing right now, man? So what's going on with Dewey right now? What's been going on, and what's going on?
Man, I'm doing good, man, and thanks for asking. First of all, you know, I'm doing good outside of all the, you know, everything you might see on the internet or what I post and the content I'm making. I'm doing good, man. I'm enjoying my family. I'm enjoying my friends' company. I'm enjoying water from Walt.
Look, you know that real. You feel me? Teamwork make the dream work, baby. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
But I'm good, man. I'm trying to really just figure out how to level up as a person. I think sometimes with the work, you know, if you keep working hard and keep working consistently and breaking down your work, that's gonna get better itself. But as people, sometimes we gotta remind ourselves, like, all right, you was good last year, but you gotta, you know, that was last year.
Hey,
you know, and that's something I think about all the time, is like not necessarily what I've did or what I've done, but what I'm trying to do, you know, and what I can do for myself, my personal growth.
So foundationally, you know, foundationally, what I understand from Dewey is beats and tats.
Yeah.
Okay, so
foundation, that's recent foundation, right?
Okay, so all right, so that means we got to pull it on back. Let's go on back then. Let's go on back because we got to get back, because I need to know what makes up, you know, this cacophony of an artist / engineer / videographer.
Yeah.
You know, from the city, so eclectic, and that touches so many different people, man. And you wonder what makes up that man.
Yeah. I think first and foremost is just my experience in our city, right? And I'm not gonna. I've obviously been out of town and around, but when we grow up and the people we grow up around, it's gonna influence us majorly, right? In the things we do. So I think it was just a mixture of people I just happen to be around, you know, for good reasons and bad, and then multiplying that with, say, my ambition, and then maybe even some of my education, as far as like I'm an entrepreneur, not just in the word itself, but I have a degree, you know, in marketing and entrepreneurship. Okay. So I knew a lot about it before I ever started my business, and that's what I was kind of trying to tell you.
Yeah,
it was like, you know, before that, I was becoming a man, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And learning,
finding your way.
Yeah. And really, I had always thought I was just gonna go, kind of get a job somewhere and do a career in corporate like that, you know, and be in sales.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Yeah, I don't think it's for some people. You know, it's not bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. But anyways, that was my goal at the time. Just a quick story. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but
you good.
back in 2015, I had got the flu, and it was like for 24 days straight. So at this time, after like the 20th day, you start to kind of be like, I'm gonna be sick forever.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna come out of this. You know what I mean? I lost a bunch of crazy weight and was looking crazy, and And then one day I got better on the 25th day, right? And on the 26th day I opened my business because I was like, man, I might not got no more time, you know. And at that time I wasn't really like good at what I was doing. I was just smart, you know what I mean? And lucky that whatever that was didn't take me out or it hasn't came back yet. But you know what I mean? But it was like it that really changed my life in one moment. It was like I told myself when I was sick, I was like, if I ever get back normal, it's on, you know, and it's on, man, you know, and it's that was something that I had to go through, because I had never been through something like that. But it was just on my head. I knew I wanted to open a business, but you never had the right time. You know, you can't wait for the right time. It'll never be a right time. You just gotta go do it.
Bruh, there's never gonna be the right time. You just gotta do it. And so you moving forward to just doing it. After that, you said on the 26th day you opened your business with nothing else but ambition.
Ambition and just so the business I chose I was familiar with.
Okay,
like
there we go.
So I should go there. I've been recording myself since I was like 13.
There we go. Okay.
So that happened like, you know, I had already been kind of recording myself in the studio, liking studio vibes. I didn't know.
So I'm about to say, so how many years is the difference between, I guess, when you started and when you really kind of got into this time, and because you said 2015, because I don't know how old you are, man.
Yeah, I'm 32, man.
Okay,
I'm 32.
Okay. I love messing with the 30-year-olds, man. There's something about that generation of 30-year-olds that I feel are change makers. You all bring some this.
We were in that special time right before the internet, and we were early users of the internet.
There we go.
So we remember both sides.
Okay.
You know, and I think that is a part of this age group. Yeah. It's like we remember what it was like before getting on phones and let me text keys. And, you know what I mean? We remember that, and and I think that gives us a little advantage. You know, for some people it could be a disadvantage if they don't want to accept the internet and technology and all that. But for someone like me, I was right in it. I you know, when the cell phones were blue and there was no color on them and you couldn't do nothing on it. I remember that, you know, and so I appreciate the technology we have in our hands now. Yeah. And I make sure I learn it and know how to use it just like anybody else. So
that's another thing I see. Your generation really modernizes with the technology. You're moving with the modernization of technology. How does that play as of late in your business with what you have going on, man?
Yeah. I think it plays, the technology actually plays a big role, because these businesses that I'm mainly in, which is like the video world and the audio world, have changed dramatically during that time. You know, even since 10 years ago, it's changed dramatically. But it used to be, to my understanding, that studios weren't just accessible to everybody. You used to have to kind of know somebody or be on a certain rank to even come in the studio.
Absolutely.
And now it's at all of our fingertips, which is like anyone can buy a studio, anyone can get a camera. But
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a great thing. I think because think about it, everybody can have just like I was saying, everybody can have a studio or a camera, but that don't mean you're gonna be that person. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. I feel you.
Anybody could tell jokes, but is everybody gonna be really funny? You know, are we gonna believe in the authentic? And you know, and that's what, to me, like what makes a good, like, you know, we could all have the same camera and then we can do different things with it, and we got different perspectives, and it's just an instrument at the end of the day. I don't look at somebody like, oh, they got that camera, he's gonna be good. I gotta know what you're doing with that camera. Like, or you know, studio equipment. The game has changed a lot. But
has it made it easier for them? So technically, I mean, has it made it easier for like the young people then? Like,
I would say easier in the sense of the information is in front of us. So like, for example, you could go watch a YouTube video. I'm sure, I haven't looked it up, but I bet you could go watch a YouTube video how to open a studio, how to learn how to engineer and
absolutely
shoot videos and, you know, do all that. But the truth is you need more than a tutorial. you know, and but we know that, you know, you got to
So
put
what
in
do you need then? So
hours. You need hours and hours of work and failing and doing wrong. And
oh, you said a big one. Because
and-
Flame said that today. Failure.
yeah,
You need to fail.
yeah, man.
Sometimes it's necessary. Matter of fact, it is necessary as a part of the process.
And taking you back, you asked me a question.
Yeah.
I think, when did I start engineering? That was 17 years ago. But
Okay.
it wasn't like engineering like I'm doing today.
Gotcha.
It was engineering like what we just talked about, failing, doing bad,
Just doing stuff like
levels
whatever
all over
work.
the place, you know, just
Yeah.
anything. But it took time. You know, it took time to even realize, like, not everyone starts out the gate like, oh, okay, I'm gonna pay attention to what I did that time, and I'm never gonna do that mistake again. Because usually it'll take you like 5-6 years, and you're like, oh, there's people better than me. You run into people, and then you're like, oh, well, dang, I watched him do it once, and I learned lots. And that's kind of the secret to me, is that I keep people around me who are like masters of their craft. So it's like the person I really learned the engineering game from, his name is Clifton Cox. He goes by Cool Casual. He's just the best engineer I know. You know, it's just, that's the only way I could put it.
Yeah.
But that's for
yeah.
me, in my opinion, right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, but even though he's a good guy and a good friend, you know, he's a big piece of my circle.
Right.
because I need to make sure that I can't be the best person in my circle at anything.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be the dude with the most money or the guy who any of that, you know,
Right,
and it's on purpose. And it's, you know, that's what it is now. I didn't always know that though.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and not to say that people around me weren't that, but now it is. Now it is that. You know,
That's
and
dope.
hopefully I could be that person to some people too. You know, I'm sure. And I want to be that. You know, I want to be someone who people are like, man, I want to be around him. He knows what he's doing. And, but definitely in my life, for things that are important to me, like my little circle, you know, our hustle circle, is like guys.
Little.
It's guys who's like flipping real estate. They buying major units. They self-made. They was never like my mentor never really had parents. He didn't really have nothing. And now he's like the biggest dog walking around. And it's like, that means something to me. You know, when you see, you got to be able to see that to do it. You know.
So you, I mean, but so that you bought in not just into his vision, but that means that at some point he had to buy into your vision as well.
You talking about like people around me or certain?
Well, you're talking about your mentor.
Oh, my mentor, right?
Yeah, when it comes to your mentor.
Yeah.
Because when you get him, in my opinion, when you get a mentor, there has to be a point, first of all.
And he was my mentor since I was 15.
Oh, dope. Even more dope. Because there has to be a willingness
I don't know
to
if he knows he's my mentor, but
Oh,
he
okay,
is.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. I got you. Okay, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, because like there has to be a willingness to teach, and then a willingness to learn.
Yeah.
You know, it can't work one can't work without the other, and and you know that even sounds like, because the proof is in the pudding. When I look at the evidence of what you've created and what you've built, when it comes to the studio, when it comes to engineering, when it comes to beat making, when it comes to you know producing and your video, everything.
Yeah.
What's your most favorite at this point?
I think favorite. If we're saying favorite,
Nah, come
it's
on,
gonna
man.
be-
What's your most favorite though?
because then I'm gonna say which one I think I'm meant for, right? Because there's favorite. Favorite is like, to me, it's hard to replace being an artist, because the artist is at this point of like, it's almost like therapy, but it's like therapy that's gonna be judged by people and viewed by people and taken in by people. So it's creative to me. I like being able to be an artist. I've always, you know, I've been an artist longer than anything else, really. But my favorite, and I think my gift, is in filmmaking. Like when I've never felt that way. Like when I'm working on set, that's like my moment of like the world don't matter when I'm doing that. Wow. You know, artist is that's just like, I love to do it. You know what I mean? I was doing that right before I came here.
Right.
But the passion and the what people, I think, with the world would know me for, well, I'll be careful with that, because they might know me for, you know what I mean? It could be real estate pretty soon.
Hey, but I'm saying,
but hopefully it's being on set somewhere as a director.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Because that's how you want to be.
Yeah.
That's what viewed as, remembered as.
Or more so like, see, that's interesting. Because I don't necessarily have like a point of like, oh, I want them to remember me for this. It's just about my heart. Yeah. Like I just feel the best.
So what is your heart
doing it?
So that's, I guess, what I'm saying is what is your heart telling you that you're trying to achieve? Like, what is the end goal? I like to always ask guests, and this question might be early, but
yeah,
it's always like, where are you headed with what you're doing? What do you want to see for yourself when you get to that?
So, with the way my mentality is, right, it's like I won a long time ago. So it was like all this is just a bonus. Yeah. So it's like I'm living in the bonus land.
Nice.
But it's like
That's dope.
I just want to be able to keep growing, enjoy time with my family and my friends, and continue to make people around me better. That's my end goal. I don't want to put myself in a space where I'm like, oh, I want, and that might be cliche to say that, but I really mean it. Man. I really mean that. Like, I don't necessarily want to have like, oh man, he was the greatest ever to do it. I just want to be like, man, any person who knows me knew that, like, what time I was on. Like, this dude's legit. He cares about the project. He's trying to, put the best of himself forward. That's what I'm after. I want to be able to just, every single person I meet, they get some type of takeaway from me. Absolutely. I would love to be a motivational speaker, nice. and help motivate people and change people's lives, man.
Because people don't want to do that. Like, people are so caught up in so much stuff that they forget what it is to be a good person.
Yeah.
At its core, what it is just to be a good person. Being a good person, in my opinion,
a good person?
Man, that's providing great vibrational energy to any and every being that you come across, regardless of how they respond to it, how they take it, or how they project things back onto you. Mm-hmm. Because if you are a chosen being, it is your job to always, or as much as possible, vibrate high.
Yeah.
Always.
I like that. I think I'm a high vibrator.
I believe you are, man. I believe you are, with the work that I've seen. Even, I don't even take light to where that your album cover, album cover with the ET finger.
Yeah, right. He was lighting my joint. I'm holding the joint up to him.
Hey,
go check that out if you ain't seen it.
What's the name of the album?
It's called Phone Home.
Come on, man. Phone Home.
Dewey Cox. Phone Home.
Man, come on, man. So what was the inspiration behind that, though?
Behind ET lighting my joint on the cover.
Come on, man.
Because. Oh man, I think I was just like really, I was thinking about the cover for a while, and I wanted I try to have my covers have some type of like bigger than me, you know what I mean? So I threw the ET in there. I don't know how it worked, but it makes so much sense to my life.
Well, I'm about to say, so what was the inspiration behind the album? If we could sum up the album in an emotion, if we could sum it up in a feeling. Like, what does that look like?
Talk my shit.
Talk my shit.
Music is like, for me, it's just like it's therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll never have something that's like fabricated, but more so, it's true to me and who's around me. So like I just have a lot of fun with the music. But like I said, it's not like I'm telling stories or like false stories. But I just have a lot of fun with the music, and I think it's really easy to see. Or hear.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it.
I do. I see it. I see it and hear it.
To me, it's like, it's just all about being creative again and trying to push the limits on where my sound is at and trying to lock in on a certain sound. I feel like I've been trying to hone in on a sound forever.
So you getting close? I mean,
yeah, I think I'm there, man.
Because I feel like Dewey, you got a sound. You got a sound that's your own.
Yeah.
And I think what a lot of times what ends up happening, and this is just my opinion, especially with like videographers or other or individuals that have other gifts in other places, is that sometimes they stifle the gift of being a musician in whatever shape, form, or fashion. They'll push that down.
Well,
and don't do that.
I know. I think it's because of the results, right? It's the hardest one to like even for me, like I was an artist for 10 years before I became an engineer,
right?
And then even, 15, I just started shooting, doing film and finding that gift. That was something that was hidden and I didn't know about it. I wish I would have. But what I was gonna say is like with the filming, that immediately started rewarding me and started people wanted to pay me. So it's like with music, I still haven't had that happen. Where people are like, oh man, hey, and I think with music that doesn't come easy. Absolutely. So it's like it's easy for people to be like, oh well, I'm not. Well,
that means having a grasp on what you would like your goal.
But I feel like the thing is though is I was never making music to do that in the first place.
There we go. Absolutely.
And I was never doing any of this for that. So it was like for me, I came from a good foundation of like it didn't matter if everybody didn't think I was the hardest. I knew what I was doing in my head. So it was like, if I just treat it like any other artist should. I feel like I could hold my own in whatever realm, whether it's a song or we in the hallway freestyling at school or, I just have always had fun and been a part of it and never been afraid. Same with sports and basketball. Like, you can match me up with whoever you want. He could be a lot better than me, but I'm not gonna be afraid of him. Yeah. I'm gonna. I know I got some moves in my back pocket that he hasn't reacted to, so I feel some type of way about basketball too, and just have that same mentality through everything else.
There it is, though, that Mamba mentality.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
love Kobe.
So I'm gonna ask you one. I gotta ask you one real deep one, man. Gotta ask you one deep one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because to me, I always say this with the elephant in the room. Yeah. When it comes to certain individuals or certain artists or certain whatever they're involved in. Yeah. Because what I see as a lot of the main, I'm not even gonna say source of a lot of things, comes from a community of hip hop.
Yeah.
And maybe have you ever ran into a situation where your race has played an instrumental role in a positive and or negative way as it pertains to the field that I see that you help a lot and aid a lot by providing a service in.
Yeah, music industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like this when it comes to the workhorse of it, it's dominated by African American men and women. And in that field, have you ever found yourself at the racial end spectrum of that side of the industry? Because it can happen on the other end where they're like, oh, man, come on, white boy, you don't know nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely, through my whole life, like, playing basketball and rapping at a young age, especially in 2022, it's a lot different, right? But it always wasn't like that. Of course I have. Of course I've been, here's what's weird. It's never usually always to my face. Yeah. But there's also, it's both sides. It's like there's probably some people who are like, oh, you're not white enough, or you're not, you're
not black enough.
Yeah, and
well, we hear that. Right. Usually they say that to the mixed kids, but I feel like that white kids that grow up or that seem to surround themselves or gravitate towards, African American communities or individuals or whatever it may be, that sometimes you can experience these things regardless. You hang out with the blacks, so you sure ain't white. And
I think I have
others is like, come on, white boy. Yeah. White man can't jump.
And I have a really good, like,
it's right, right.
And I have a really good kind of mixed profile of friends and family. Absolutely. So it's like, that's kind of what I was talking about growing up.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I could talk to a person who has nothing, and I could talk to a person who's a billionaire. And I know something.
Absolutely.
So it's like to be able to do that is a skill that I don't think a lot of people have. It's you can find yourself on one spectrum or the other, but that's kind of my gift is being like just communication, relating to people and talking.
Because of your upbringing, because of where you've come from, has enabled you to.
And I think in our own minds, we're like, everyone is a special person, kind of. Yeah. And for me, I just believe I'm special, and it just comes with the territory of I know there's gonna be people who don't like me for no reason, and then I know there's gonna be people who do like me, so I'm gonna always do it for the people who like me. You know, every single time. You know what I mean? And the people who don't is just like gonna be a part of everything else. You know, like go leave a comment if you don't like me.
There it
or
is.
go unfollow. You know, do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
But for the people who do, you know, subscribe and you know,
come on,
tell that person that they're hating in the comments because I won't.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
As simple as easy as that, though, right?
But definitely, I'll to circle back, I'll say that you know, that has had like, you know, it's always been there, but it's never, especially recently, been like, you know, used negatively against me.
Yeah.
But
ain't nobody wrote up on you and be like, "Hey, man, I feel like you appropriating hip hop culture."
Oh, so
exploiting it.
Well, I've had, in that sense, yeah, I've had people who have said, you know, like I take away from the culture or I'm in the way, or. And
how do you respond to people that feel like that or say that to you, man?
Just like I said.
That is.
So you know, even if you were right next to me, you know, I'm gonna just figure out like what you know, I'm never gonna like engage in that for no reason. Mm-hmm. You know, now if someone was like my partner or my family and they felt that way, we'd have that conversation but I feel like there's just so many people around me that's like can vouch for me and what my values are and who I am as a person. I don't need to explain it. Yeah. I don't need to because I got it's too many real individuals around me. So it's like you know, I know who I am and what I'm doing. I'm very comfortable. Yeah. So I try to just be myself, man, and that's it. Especially over the last like 7 years, I really learned like if I'm myself, there's no one else like me. Ooh. So
say that again, man.
Hey, man, if I'm myself, man, there's nobody else like me. Yeah. So and I feel it. I really feel that and live that. Whether it's like and that's not like I'm not cocky or nothing like that. I'm myself.
You're a lot of bit confident.
Yeah, I'm confident.
We're confident in your skill set and your knowledge base.
And just yeah, it's a combination of everything. But I do believe every person is special and has a special thing inside of them.
What do you say to a young videographer who doesn't know he's a videographer? Because here's the thing. You said you didn't know that it was a gift. Yeah. But then somehow, some way you found out it was a gift. What would you tell young Dewey who didn't know to you or somebody like you that didn't know that they had that gift on the inside? How would you tell them to unlock that right now?
Pray. You know, but no, I feel like it's so weird because I'm one of them cliche people who's like, I feel like it all happens for a reason. So I don't think I was meant to go in that space yet because I had other things to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I feel like I would tell them, stick in, stay there because, you know, life changes all the time. You know, in one moment you're not in the place you want to be, and then a year later or a month later or whenever it is, opportunity comes knocking at the door, and I've seen it through so many people, not even myself, but just being aware that like things change. You know, and what we love today could be something different tomorrow, but you know you have to manifest as well a little bit.
Come on, yeah.
I used to always pray for a passion. I wouldn't pray for things, but I'll be like, man, I want to be passionate about something. And nice. And it finally came. There it is. It came, and I was like, oh, this is right. Nah, but
beautiful thing. Oh man, that's a beautiful thing.
And when it's just self-belief and realizing that like the world is bigger than the world. It's the universe, and that's, you know, I feel like the universe had this plan for me. You know, and now it's just my job to do what I gotta do to hold up my end of the bargain.
Woo, that's a beautiful thing, man. I promise you, man. Like, that's heavy. Man, I can probably talk to you, man, for hours, bro. We can literally sit here and chop it. So that all that tells me is that, man, this short episode is meant for you to come back.
Yeah,
it's meant for you to talk about more.
We're not done yet.
Come on, man. I mean, we was going to wrap it up a little bit, you know what I mean?
Nah, cool.
We usually go like 20, 30 minutes just to give some insight.
Yeah.
But I feel it burning. That's why I'm like, oh, man, like, this is one of them ones where I need to continue to make sure that everything that we're trying to bring to light, like we give the space to allow us to do that, man. And
sure. I like talking, man. I like talking about this stuff and myself.
Yeah. You're different, and you're a breath of fresh air.
Wow, appreciate it.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, honest to God, man.
that.
You're a breath of fresh air as far as professionalism, your methodology, all of that overall, and I think that translates to the city.
Yeah.
And I hope my hope is that. Go ahead.
To make it clear, man.
Come on.
I really do it for the city. Like if this was ever like questioned, that's a big part of my motivation. Like of course I want to feed my family, but that's gonna happen either way. Whether I'm a big director or you know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as the music and me in the studio as an engineer or producer or a friend, like it's for the city. I want the city to rise with me.
There it
I want
is.
other people to get better. All the videographers and directors, like those is my friends. When I meet them, I reach out to them and follow them.
Yeah.
When I heard of this guy, I follow them.
Right.
You know, because I'm like, man, and I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna see what he's doing so I can. But on some,
Let's see.
man, I'm gonna comment on this shit and
Right.
let them know I'm supporting them and because there's no. That's what's weird about it. If like what you said when I run into negative things, because it's like there's so much positivity out here that like.
You see it. It's evident, man.
Yeah.
You say there's so much positivity out here, but it's
Yeah.
evident. This is what I want to bring when it comes to Locked In with Keys, man. I want to bring motivation, inspiration, man. The whole job and the whole motivation behind Triune Beats is helping artists to become better versions of themselves.
Yeah.
By providing the underdog with the tools necessary to become the you feel me? You know me? The favorite. That's what we're working towards. So my hope and prayer is that individuals such as yourself, man, continue to that individuals such as yourself, man, they just continue to build, continue to grow, and continue to make dope shit happen, not just in the city, in this region, in the world, man.
Right.
Like, it's Dewey Cox to the world.
Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean? Like, that's how we should be.
And with that being said, like how I said, I do a lot, or I do it for the city, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still gotta go get on so I can put people on. You know, I can't put you on before I'm on.
Come on, man.
You know, but I feel like that's coming. You know, there's a lot of powerhouse individuals in our city and just I don't know. People have a negative rap about social media, but I get on there and get inspired, and I'm like, I get happy, and I'm like, man, people, I'm laughing, I'm having fun. I'm like, you know,
You're damn
like,
right.
It's fun to me. It's like I could never get on. You know, it depends how you use social media. I don't use it as a measurement. Like, oh man, he's doing what? He has the nice studio. Like, I just look at it, man, that's dope, man. It inspires me to do better. I want to do work in here with you. Like, that's how I'm feeling about it, you know, rather than the other approach.
Right.
And this is my mindset through life, not just my passions, you know, in my relationship. You know, I want to, all of that. I just want to help others, you know, but at the same time, I can never lose sight of my goal. There's nothing you could tell me to, like, throw me off track. You know, you could say things to me and hurt my feelings a little bit maybe, but you're never gonna, like, there's nothing you could do, even you know, there's no way to throw this mentality off, you know, besides, you know, harming me, you know, or whatever, you know, whatever you got.
That ain't about to happen.
Yeah, just laser focus, man.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Look, Dewey, I appreciate you for stopping in. I appreciate you for dropping by, man.
Great.
All your knowledge, your insight, your wisdom, man, your understanding of life of your career path, man. I appreciate you for that insight, bro.
Yeah,
I appreciate you
man.
setting
Thank
your
for
soul,
asking,
man.
Yeah.
I really honestly do from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that, bro.
Most
You know what I mean? Before we get out of here, man, any shout outs, man? Anybody you want to speak out on, anything like that, bro?
Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone in the city who's working, you know, especially the people who's not being noticed right now. You know, keep doing it because they probably noticing you. They just not acknowledging you yet. Shout out to, you know, BNT. Shout out to, you know, anybody who's reaching out and trying to work. And shout out to Jay Keys and, you know, Locked In with Keys. It's just great, man. Follow me anywhere. It's at That's Dewey on every single platform. And just be on the lookout for what's to come, because it's actually some special projects that have been done. You know how it works.
Absolutely.
I'm
gonna just say, let me say this real quick too. Somebody suggested that we get the cipher going. I've never done the ciphers. I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what it takes, but I'm just gonna say it on the camera. We might as well do like whenever you're ready to do it, we'll just provide the track. Triune Beats will just provide the track.
Shout out to Triune Beats.
You know what I mean? Like, we'll go ahead and just put the track
together. I link up with those guys, man. What I need to do to get
TriuneBeats.beatstars.com. If you're ready to become an artist that is ready to become a better version of yourself, check us out at TriuneBeats.beatstars.com. We'll get you right. Okay, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like I think that's what we're working toward is continue to do things that unite the city.
Yeah,
continue to do things that that level us all up individually,
and
show our gifts and show our talents off to the world.
And it's our duty. It's our duty of you know, leaders of the city to go make moves for yourself, so you can push the, you know, raise the bar up.
Come on. We're coming up. It's coming up. Hey, man, shout out, man. Look, so, hey, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and end the show, man. I appreciate y'all for locking in with Keys, man. If you haven't checked this out, man, who's my sponsor today? My sponsor today is me. Hey. I'm doing my thing. My second sponsor, WMK. Shout out to WMK, Walt Fortune. We appreciate y'all, all the staff. Shout out to Tang in the building. Shout out to Flame Classic, Mr. Fantastic doing his thing. Hey, this is what we do. It's your boy, Jay Keys. Don't forget to check us out, triunebeats.beatstars.com. We'll check back in with you. It's your guy, Jay Keys. We out of this thing. Yay! Hey.